Knicks Nation, today is Monday, the 5th day of February 2024. Happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend and that you and your family are safe and healthy from this weekend. Happy Monday to you all. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field and those along with the first responders who every day are saving lives. Those also that pick up garbage for us to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries. Humble work, making deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also the victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography and child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double blessings. Double curses on the perpetrators, the profiteers, and the perverts of these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. There are nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless in the United States of America and millions around the world in similar or even worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's a scheduled basketball game tomorrow night. The New York Knicks will be taking on the Memphis Grizzlies at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks are right now in the 4th seed in the East, and there's going to be a battle between 3rd, 4th, and 5th seed right now. Philadelphia, who's holding the 5th seed at this point, is going to be in a little bit of trouble because they don't know how long, they have not announced how long Joel Embiid is going to be out. And without Joel Embiid, I don't even think Philly's a playoff team. But they have built enough of a winning at this point that they might be able to make the play-in if he's out. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be a difficult situation. I know everybody in the Knicks is always worried about what we're going to do if Brunson is out, what we're going to do if Julius is out, what we're going to do this and what we're going to do that. The Knicks are a deep and balanced team, as evidenced by the fact that we're missing Mitch Rob, we're missing Juju, we're missing OG, and we're still 4th in the East, and we're fighting. Okay, fighting every game with 7 players. Now, Memphis, on the other hand, has had a lot of injuries, and they're struggling. Their best player this year is Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. is only 24 years old, but Jaren Jackson Jr., only 24, has already led the league in blocks once. He's already been on the NBA All-Defensive Team twice, and he's already been Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, now maybe 2 years ago, he was struggling with some injuries, but now the cat is on. He's only missed 3 games this year. He's been struggling with some nagging stuff, but he's their guy right now. Now they're missing now John Morant out for the year. Marcus Smart. They brought in Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart has played in how many games? Marcus Smart has played in 20 games out of 50, so he's missed 30 games. Luke Kennard has missed 27 games. Derrick Rose, who everybody was tripping over here, some of y'all was tripping about, we got to keep Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose has only played in 18 out of 50 games this year. Why? Because he's getting old. I told y'all, you can't be dependent on him. And he was getting... at the time, he was getting, 18 minutes a game. He's missed 32 games this year. Okay, so you're missing him. John Morant, of course, I mentioned, he's out for the season. He only played in 9 games. So then, of course, Desmond Bane missed 13 games already. Xavier Tillman has missed 16 games already. Bismack Biyombo has missed 20 games already. Luke Kennard has missed 27 games. That is why Memphis is struggling this year. They cannot stay healthy. Okay. And the coach is tough. He's a good coach, good young coach they have. But you can't overcome all of these injuries. I mean, that's a lot of injuries. So you're talking about some of their best players. So Desmond Bane, John Morant, Marcus Smart, Bismack Biyombo, Xavier Tillman. These guys have missed a lot of games. Aldama, who was a revelation for them, he's missed 12 games. Zaire Williams has been pretty good. He was out of Stanford, solid. He has only missed 6 games. Conchard missed 11 games. And then they're depending a lot on David Roddy, who's only missed 3, along with, as I mentioned, Jaren Jackson Jr., their best player this year. He's only missed 3 games. And so he's averaging 22 points. He's averaging 1.6, almost 2 blocks a game. Jaren Jackson Jr. is that dude. So the Knicks cannot take anybody lightly right now. Every game is important, and I'm not saying that for nothing or nothing, but I just know that the Knicks are going to take this game and every game from this point on very seriously. What helps the Knicks in these situations is that they have players that are not only serious, not only gym rats, but they're hungry. I mean, to me, Deuce McBride is the epitome of what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? He wants to take every opportunity that he plays to ball out. And so it doesn't matter if he comes in with 1 minute left in the game or he has to start. He's going to ball out because he wants to take advantage of the opportunities he gets to play, and he wants to win. So even when Tom is down to 7 guys and he's got to play Precious and he's got to play Deuce a lot of minutes, they're going to ball out. And that's what's good. He got these guys hungry, ready to play. So we don't know the game time decisions of both OG or Grimes right now. I read that Grimes was out doing some physical activity, getting himself back together. That maybe he might be ready for Tuesday night. We haven't heard anything about OG in terms of his readiness for basketball activities yet. I'm hoping we could get him back this week because we not only have Memphis, we have Memphis on Tuesday, but on Thursday, I think there's a big game on Thursday. They got Memphis Tuesday, and then they got Dallas on Thursday. Now, Dallas has been kryptonite to the Knicks. Okay, last year and this year. Dallas has been kryptonite. So we're going to have to, hopefully, have OG at full strength for that game. I mean, that's going to be, that's going to be a thing. I think the Knicks have an excellent chance of beating them, but we're going to need OG in there. It'd be nice to have Grimy too. We know we're not going to have Juju. Now, but speaking of Juju, we know also he's already started his rehab. I had been hoping we could get him back for the first game after the All-Star break, which is February 22nd against Philly. I'm really starting to believe that's a positive date. The game after that is on the 24th of February against Boston. And so I'm hoping we get him back against Philly or Boston. But I'm thinking it's looking more likely Philly is a real, possibility now. So the Philly game is 17 days from now. Okay, that's a little over 2 weeks. He's been already rehabbing for a week. I think he might be ready for that game, or at the latest, the game again against Boston. So we're coming back slowly. And of course, Mitchell Robinson is now in the pool working out. He's doing exercise in the pool. First step to him coming back. So I think in March, we get both of those guys back. I'm very excited about that. So I like the Knicks' chances of, solidifying, catching Cleveland. We're a half game behind Cleveland. We're a game ahead of Philly. Okay, that's the race right there. And we're a game behind Milwaukee for the 2nd seed. The Knicks have an excellent chance of really solidifying a top 3 spot in the East. Imagine that now. With all of the Tom Thibodeau criticism, and then we get that every game. Every time they lose, Tom messed up. He should have did this and that. Y'all need to calm down. We got one of the best coaches in basketball. Okay, period. Definitely top defensive coach in basketball. Okay, him and Spoelstra, I got to put them both up there like that. So I don't, y'all need to calm down. Not only that, Juju is still on the team. We're never going to champion with Julius Randle on the team. Oh, let me tell you something. Juju come back healthy, the Knicks going to be a problem. Okay? Yep, he does hold the ball too long. Yep, he turns it over. But Broad going to give you defense now. He hasn't always been doing that until he came to Tom Thibodeau. He's doing defense now. Not only that, of course, he's a 2010 guy. I think we're going to be all right. And then, of course, there's Jalen Brunson, who is now an all-star. And I, as many of y'all understand and believe also with me, he's going to be all-NBA. Okay? So, and he's going to be in the MVP conversation, as he should be. So, I think we're in good shape. I like our team as is. If the Knicks do make a deadline deal, and the deadline is this week, the 8th, the only player I see out there that they can possibly really move Grimes for. Now, this is the key here. Yeah, people want Brogdon. People just throw names at the wall and just hope it sticks. But realistically, you want to get something for Grimes, okay? I'm not trading Grimes for Brogdon. I'm not doing it, okay? If I'm going to trade Grimes, I'm going to trade him to a team that's going to want to start him, and I could get value back for him. The only team right there like that is DeJounte Murray. I don't like the move. Listen to me now. I don't like the move. But I would not be surprised if they did that move. Okay? I would not be surprised. That's the only guy out there that I would say, okay, you bring in DeJounte, you bring Dante DiVincenzo into grimy spot in the second unit, and you have DeJounte starting at your two guard and Brunson at your point. That okay, we could that I could see that. I don't like it, but I could see it. It makes sense on paper. I don't think it makes sense in reality. It makes sense on paper, and I trust the Don to make the right decisions here. He has done a par excellent job. Has he made mistakes? Yes, he's made mistakes. Evan Fournier was a mistake. Kemba Walker was a mistake. Yes, he made a couple mistakes. Cam Reddish was a mistake. But where are we at? Here we are, in his fourth year at the helm, fourth in the East, and pushing for the second or the third seed. So I think we'll be all right. So I trust him to make the right decision, in this situation. If they hold off, see, Grimes doesn't have to be paid this summer. He's still got one more year on his deal, okay, his rookie deal. So they don't have to do nothing with Grimes this summer. They could wait. They don't have to do nothing. So we can trade him or not. I think it's a lot depending on Grimes' desire. Grimes wants to play. He wants to start. And the teams that I can see him starting for, Houston, Atlanta, and Brooklyn. If Brooklyn was to do a deal with Mikal Bridges, that's a dream come true. Haven't heard anything about it, but that's what I would be making that call. And I'm almost sure that Don has made the call. But Brooklyn may not be ready to deal because they may have some fantasy about Ben Simmons leading them to the playoffs or whatever. But we'll see. But those are the three teams to watch for. Brooklyn, Houston, Atlanta. If he goes to Atlanta, he starts next to Trae Young. Okay, and then we have DeJounte. That makes sense. We get Evan Fournier off our books. And now we have that money filled with DeJounte. I don't know how. I got to look at the numbers closely because then you still got to pay Hartenstein. And that's the big one this summer. And OG. You got to extend OG. OG's going to decline his player option this summer. And he's going to want a new deal. You got to take care of both of those guys. So we'll see how this works out. We got to look at the increase in the salary cap, the luxury tax in particular, and see how this leads. But I told you yesterday, I'm going to tell you again. If the Knicks make the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals, which is possible, if they do that, everybody getting paid because the tax won't matter to them then. See, the tax don't matter to you if you're in the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals, especially if you're in New York. Because that's going to make more money. Just like with LA or anybody, you make more money. You ain't worried about the tax then. Or Golden State even. They built the whole stadium on their dynasty. So if the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals, Dolan not going to have no problem writing checks and paying Hartenstein and going over the cap to pay Hartenstein and paying OG and let's walk with life. That they will do that. But the Don is still a penny pincher. So he's going to try to work it out the best, most efficient way he can without overspending. Love that about him. So right now, it depends on what's going on with this team. And like I said in the beginning of the season, let's let this team rock and let's see what they got. That's why I don't want them to make no moves at the deadline. Let's just keep going with the team we got because we got the continuity. Everybody understands their role. They added OG, perfect fit. And now you put OG instead of RJ. I told y'all, RJ's the future. OG's the now. I told y'all that last summer. RJ was the future. OG is the now. And Toronto is looking to the future. The Knicks are looking to the now. Not only that, you moved up Deuce into the rotation. You signed him for 3 years at a cheap price. So now you got your team. You really do. You don't need nothing. All y'all keep talking this, we need to back up this and we need to back up that. Y'all need to get off NBA 2K and get a pair of these. They good right now. The Knicks can go to the finals. So let's get everybody healthy, and it looks like we are. And let's move forward with this squad. If they make a deal, they make a deal. But we'll find out in the next 3 days. Y'all enjoy your Monday. So